Hi, Geoff Fry here. Today I'm going to do a quick lesson for you on how to use the metronome and the click settings of the SPD-SX, which you have right here. I've had a few people ask me about this. It's very simple to do. There's only a few settings we need to go through, so let's get stuck in. So the first thing you'll notice on the front of the module, we've got the click volume, and next to it I've got a start button. So if you want to click, instant click, press start. We've got our noise. If you want to change the volume, turn the volume right next to it. Up and down. Now, once we know how to get some noise out of it, you might want to look how we're going to route that noise, what we want it to come out of. So sometimes you want it to come out of your headphones. Sometimes you want to come out of the main masters that might go to your PA. And sometimes you want to come out of the subgroup that you can take off to a mixing desk or to some other appliance. So on the module, to get to those options, we turn the module on. You can see I've got a kit selected. In fact, it doesn't matter what kit you've got selected. If I press menu, in here I want to change, if it's not on it, to system, and then I want to go to click, which is actually remembered because I was doing it 1 moment ago. So when I go into click, I've got two options at the bottom here. I've got my setup option, which means I can change these things here, or I've got my output options, which is what we're after, which gives me this little screen here. Now within this screen, what I want to do is choose whether I want the click to come out of everything, I want it just to come out of the subgroup in the headphones, or I just want it to come out of the headphones. Simple as that. Now, once we've got our click, we might want to know how to change the speed of the click, how to change the tempo. On the screen here, look where it says tempo, I press the button underneath that, and I've got my tempo up and down. If I press plus and minus, it goes up by 0.1 each time. Well, that's not much good to us because we want to go up generally in bigger amounts than that. So if we hold the shift button down and press up and down, then it goes up by a beat per minute. We can change that to whatever we want to change it to. So here we go, up and down. We've got another function here called the tap function. If I tap this button here, whatever speed I tap at, the click will change to that speed. Now, the actual noise that it makes, so that was making two sticks hitting together. I might like a different noise. So again, I'll go into my menu, system, click. I'll make sure that I'm not on the output option, I'm on the setup option. And within here, I've got the sound drumstick. So if I press downwards, and there's 10 different options here. So if I go all the way back, I've got electronic. Let's listen to them. So I've got electronic, beat, pulse, sweep, old style, drumsticks, snare, clave, cowbell, shaker. So I may like those sounds, I may not like them. Well, the good news is, if we look here at our sound group, well, that's the presets, that's the ones that have come built in. If I've got my own metronomes I want to put onto here, I simply upload them as WAV files, the same way as putting any other file onto this module. And then when I press to the right there, so I press the plus button, it changed to user group. So now what I've got down here is I can choose my WAVs. So that's a hi-hat pattern. If I change it to whatever's next, bass drum, and it'll change to anything. So any sound file that you've got, you can then make into your noise for your click. So once we've got our metronome noise we want, then we may want to change the intervals or the subdivisions. So if I set my click off so we can hear it. Okay. So at the moment I've still got it set as a noise I don't want. So let's quickly go back in and change that. So I go back in here and I'm going to change it from my user group back to my preset group. So now I've got a shaker. Now if I go down then to the interval, I've got it set as quarter notes at the moment. What if I press plus on that? I've got 8th notes, and the other option, 12th notes basically, or 8th note triplets. And so let's go on to some of the little more complicated features. One of the things that we've got the option to do on here is to start and stop our metronome by hitting one of the pads. So to get to that, I've got to go into my menu again. I've got to go into my system. And instead of choosing click here, I'm going to go down till I get to pad FS control. Now if I press enter on that, it gives me a list of all of my pads, including my foot switches. So I go down to trigger 1, which is this pad up here, and I press plus, and I see my options. So kit incline, kit decline, click. Well, all that means now is when I hit my pad 1. Okay, let's just try that once more. I did something wrong then. So menu, system, pads. Okay, right. My apologies. So what I've done wrong there. So along the top of here, trying to make this mistake, I've got trigger 1, trigger 2, trigger 3, trigger 4. I didn't realise if I go a bit further down, that's when my pads start. So when I'm changing that, what I was doing then was I was basically changing the settings for one of these triggers. So if I'd hit my snare drum, then it would have started the click track. However, I don't want it to hit the snare drum. I want to hit one of these pads. So this time I'll try again. I'll go to pad number 1, and this time I'll set that one to be the click. So when I hit it, my click starts. When I hit it again, my click stops. Now I've got one other option I can use here. Now if you remember back when I was talking about pressing that button to tap the speed of the song, well, I can set a pad to do that. So if I set that pad to be my tap tempo, and I come out of here, I don't know if you can see it very well, but up here at the moment it's 88.1 beats per minute. Well, if I tap this quite quickly, it'll jump up and up until it gets the speed that I'm tapping at. So 116, 117. And that'll happen on the fly if I'm pressing this. So on and so forth. So those are the majority of the settings that I've used with the click. It's a very useful feature on here. Easy access. It's great when you're just playing along with something, and hopefully there'll be of some use to you.